Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld War Let's Play, where we have an incapacitated refugee opportunity that we're going to look at in just a second. But I'm zoomed in here because you may notice all these small animals not dead, they're actually just downed on the ground here. And that is because one of these characters, I think it was this guy probably, dropped some vodka and this rabbit, this rat, and this squirrel all decided to partake in it, and they're all suffering from alcohol poisoning now. They're completely blackout drunk on the ground, and so we'll see what comes of that. But yeah, we saw this, I think, with one of our dogs before in a different playthrough, but if you leave alcohol on the ground, apparently wild animals will come by and drink it, and they'll get really carried away with it, which is weird because generally, in real life, animals won't touch alcohol. The taste is just too strong for them, and they can't handle it. I'm sure there are exceptions to that, but generally, if like you let a dog smell beer, it's not gonna have any interest in it. So apparently, these critters do like alcohol, and they got a little bit carried away. I've been working on the base just a little bit. We've made some progress since the end of last episode, but I didn't want to let this go too far, and this triggered very soon after the end of the last episode. I did lay out sort of the beginnings of some trench works here. This is going to be the front line of them, I believe. I actually may push them out to here, but we'll have to judge it after a couple raids and see what's maybe a little bit too far or what's doable, because again, I don't want the enemy to be on top of us before we can get out to our front lines. So if this is like a reasonable distance where we can get everybody set up before they attack, then we'll leave it here. If we think we can push out a little bit further, then we'll set up another trench line there. But this is where we've been setting up to defend, and we haven't had any issues with that, so I figured this was a good place to start. And I also wanted to make this trench accessible from here, so we're going to mine this out and have like a little exit down into the trench there. But it's all forbidden for now because I don't have enough wood to build it yet, so this is just kind of plans more than anything, but plans that I can unforbid and they'll get built. I've gone ahead and I've asked for all of our trees to get cut down as well. It's below freezing outside, so these trees are actually not growing. Because they're pine trees, they won't die, but they're not going to progress anymore, so I figured let's just go ahead and harvest them now, and whatever we get from it, we get from it. But I need to remember to make sure I use the right trees in the future. In this case, it kind of worked out, but I don't think that poplar trees would die outside anyways in these temperatures. It's possible. Some trees, obviously, like these birch trees, don't fare so well, whereas the pine trees are alright. But these grow a lot faster, so I'd like to have those wherever possible. And then we need to address our melee weapons. The melee weapons that we were using, that we started with, are gone because that mod is no longer available for Beta 18. I've asked the mod author to repost the Beta 18 version somewhere, and I've not gotten a reply, so I'm just going to assume it's not going to happen. So we need to come up with new weapons, and I think what we're going to do is make trench shovels. This is through a different mod, but we're going to make some of these, and I figure we'll need 1, 2, 3. Oh, you have a knife. So 1, 2, 3. I think 3 of those. And then our formerly tribal characters will get tomahawks, because that's what they were carrying before, and I kind of like that. Sort of like the, oh shoot, I can't remember now. They're kukri knives. I can't remember what the name of the British unit that carries them is. I'm sure somebody will know in the comments. But there's a particular group of people that, are their area was formerly of the British Empire. I need to look this up because it's bugging me now. It's the Gurkhas. I can't believe I couldn't remember that name. So yes, the Gurkhas are from Nepal. Nepal being a former part of like the colonial British Empire, and so they serve in the British military with their very distinct kukri knives. And so I thought we could do something similar here, but we'll have whatever tribe these tribals are from with their distinctive tomahawks. So we need, what, probably 3 of those as well. Allison, Riesling, and Colin. Colin is now Colin, by the way. And, nope, that's the wrong bench. It was the smithy. So, let us add 3 tomahawks as well. Is there anything else? Yeah. I want Skunk to have a trench club, because he's predominantly a melee fighter, and so I think this might be a better weapon for him. It's not going to tell me how good it is. Come on, I just want to know the damage. Why don't you tell me the damage? I like, why would beauty matter? I just want to know how hard these hit. We're going to make one and we'll find out. But he's predominantly a melee fighter, so I'm going to give him like a machine gun. Right now he's carrying this coach gun because he's not very accurate, so I figure like a scattershot shotgun is probably best for him. But we'll give him like a machine gun to suppress enemies with, since he's not going to hit them very often. And then we'll give him the best melee weapon available so that he can kind of suppress and then run in and, you know, melee attack. Alright, so that's that out of the way. Let's check this out. So we have Alessia, a nurse. She will die within 7 days. Where is she? We do have our truck. We have some fuel for it, but not a lot. So that might be an issue, but hopefully she's not too far away and we can make this happen. I'll send probably 3 people. I think maybe Petit, Fleming, and maybe Colin. Colin is... well, that's not so bad, especially since it's all along the road there. Colin is a budding medic. He's got 4 in medical, but he's got 2 passion for it. So, yeah, we could do that in under a day. Maybe we should just do it now to be safe. But he's got potential, a lot of potential in medicine, so he could be our field medic, whereas Grace is sort of like the... She's listed as a nurse, but she's kind of our surgeon as well at this point. But she doesn't leave, because she can't fight. So we have to protect her. We leave her in the base. Out in the field, we'll try to develop Colin into a medic, so that if we have to go fight somewhere, he can at least, you know, take care of that for us. So I guess we could do that now. Let's let everybody kind of finish what they're doing. Petit's rocking a... was that a poncho? I forget what that one was called. Yeah, that one's a poncho. But there's several types of ponchos. I tried this one as well, but I didn't like the look of it as much on him. It clipped with the chest rig a little bit too much. Which, by the way, I've fixed the long coats in case you didn't notice. Where is your bandolier? Oh, you're still wearing it. Why did it suddenly go under your coat? Hang on here. I swear, like a second ago, it was on top of it. Like, while I was getting ready to record this. Huh. Okay, so that's not on the belt layer, I take it. I might need to go and fix that, because it looks like it's conflicting with your coat. Also, your coat is very damaged. Let's go over here, and that's the same material, right? Yeah. This one is superior instead of, what was that one, normal? Yeah. So Bender, come wear this. And we'll have to find you a new bandolier, or I'll have to go into that mod and change those around as well. I was trying to find a way to make them go over the armor plates, but the armor plates only really work on the shell layer. So I need to find a layer between middle and shell that's not belt, because then it'll conflict with the chest rigs. And I think there is one, because the normal armored vest, it's now the flak vest in beta 19, but that vest sits, I believe, under the chest rig but above. Riesling, why are you wearing that? Why would you do that? Do I not have restrictions set up here? Not restrictions, assignments, clothing assignments. Riesling, you're set to civilian worker. Why would you be set to civilian worker? Well, you're going to be a conscripted soldier. Perfect. And that should prevent you from wearing any of that stuff. Okay. So Colin, what are you doing right now? You're mining. Fleming is building conduits. Cool. Oh, you're going to go build some wind turbines. I don't need those done right away, so you know what? Start moving. And Myrta, you're building. That's fine. Cooper, you're going to go build. You're making me trench shovels. I'll definitely send Colin. You don't have a melee weapon yet, so I don't know that you're super useful to me. But hold on, let's look at the coach gun. I forget, because shotguns work differently in melee, I believe. Or whatever, I'm not going to bring him. I think I'm just going to bring Cooper, and I'll let Petit make those melee weapons for us. So it'll be these three. Oh wait, I might not be able to bring 3 people. This vehicle might only seat 2. So if that's the case, I'll leave Cooper behind. Because Colin's got better armor. And Cooper can do a little bit more around the base. And plus, again, Colin can be a medic. So let's load Fleming as the driver. We definitely want Fleming because he's the only one with an automatic weapon. And then we'll load Colin next. Come on. There we go. Can we load... Nope. Okay. Yeah, it's only 2 people. In that case, Cooper, as you were. And let's get back out here and go ahead and form our caravan. So, obviously we're bringing the truck with those 2 in it. We'll need to bring... Let's see, that's a day and a half worth of food. I think that'll be enough. We'll need to bring some medicine as well. Bring all of the chem fuel, just to be safe. And medicine. Let's bring 3. Gotta be very stingy about medicine. I don't need any of those skeletons. Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay, and we want to be leaving definitely south. Probably southeast, I think, is the direction of the road, but I could be wrong. Let's see if I guessed right. I don't think it really mattered, but southeast is probably safer just because that might factor in right there, whereas this I think is going to be a little bit faster. So I think I did choose correctly there. Alright, you guys go do your thing. And we'll try to go rescue this person. We'll see if she's even worth keeping around, because honestly, if she's not capable of fighting, I don't really know that I want too many more characters like that. I want characters that can, you know, help us defend this base. And right now we have a lot of people that just really aren't able to do that. Wow, you're armed to the teeth. I don't think you need that. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. Drop that and get it repaired. Petit, you are making that trench shovel still. As soon as you finish, you can go ahead and equip it. Although I'm wondering if I should even give him one, because I've never been able to get him to engage in melee combat. And I don't know why that is. Caravan's ready. Let's get them moving on down to here. 0.1 day, yeah, so even faster because we're in the car. Right. Yeah, so he just won't engage in melee combat for some reason. And so I don't know if it's worth making a shovel for him. Ooh, shoot, I did not want you to make that out of plasteel. That's my fault, though. Only steel, please. Actually, how much is the trench club? 40 ingredients. Let's just make them out of steel for now. That was my bad, though. Yeah, don't do anything other than steel, please. There we go. That was the tomahawk I just did, right? Yeah, okay. So, for now, go ahead and equip that as your sidearm. But I definitely am not going to let him keep the plasteel one, because if he's never going to be able to use it, that's a waste. So, I'll give that one to either Myrta or Cooper, depending on who's a little bit more competent in melee. It looks like Cooper is, although Myrta's got more potential. So we'll see. Why did you guys not finish that? Hey. No, get back here. What are you doing? Walking away with that half finished. Give me a break. Okay. Looks like they're about halfway there. Making some good progress over here on these trees. That's great, because we need the wood. Should I floor these? Or should I start working on the trenches? I don't have enough wood for both. Huh. What to do, what to do. I'm not sure which would benefit us more. I think I'm going to change this up real quick, though. I'm going to... Let's see. I guess it doesn't matter. Just cancel this really quickly. And then we'll rebuild it. Or replan it. I want it to end up lining up with that. And feel free to bring it down here. Like so. And then let's go to our plans really quickly. And I'm going to do something like this. Oh. Okay, make sure the game is paused. It is perfect. Clear that out. Make this a little bit wider. And then bring that up to there. That way, if I want to, I can run a hallway all the way across here. Which I might end up doing. And that puts a little bit more space in between the pool tables that will eventually be there. And leaves a 2-wide walkway in between them, because the pool table has basically one tile around it that isn't actually part of the table, but is sort of the area that they move around in. So I figure that way we'll keep them from blocking the walkways, which still wasn't an issue. There was a 1-wide walkway between them before, but now it's 2 wide, which means people can, pass through shoulder to shoulder. So let's get out here and into here and see what's going on. So we have Alessia here. Female space refugee and a nurse, age 21. She is bleeding pretty profusely, but is in no immediate danger, although that will change given the rate at which she's bleeding. No missing limbs. That's good. She does have a scratch scar on her arm that will need to get healed eventually. Is there anything guarding her? An ostrich, some camels, and that appears to be it. But we could be ambushed. We're over here. But this was not enraged. Yeah, these aren't manhunter animals, so I don't know that there's anything here. Which might end up being a good thing. I mean, it is a good thing. So, here's what I'm thinking. We'll drive up to here. Unload. We'll grab her and run her over to one of these little buildings. They're both dirty, which is a problem, but we'll do what we can. So let's build a roof area on this. It's a bit cold out here, even though this is a desert. So we'll get a roof on it. We won't be able to put any doors on because there's no... I guess we could mine some steel out, but that's kind of inefficient. So we'll, at the very least, put a roof on it. Then we need to go into furniture and lie down some sleeping spots. So, whoops. We'll put a couple like so. Build a copy there and make that one into a medical bed. Okay. You. Draft. Drive on over. Still not being attacked by anything. It's a good sign. Okay. Let's unload. Colin, do me a favor and rescue her. Fleming, I want you to go build that roof. I can't really force you to do it, but hopefully you'll get the idea. We'll mine out some compacted machinery while we're here because we could desperately use the components. And there's a bit of steel, but that's not worth our time, I don't think. I guess if we finish the mining, I'll have them collect some wood from the cacti. Okay. Do your job. Oh, it was an ambush. It's one person. I mean, it's a poor ambush. So, female thrasher of the Slicer organization. I forgot to look at her traits. So, abrasive but hard worker. Pretty good character, actually. If we could down her without killing her, I would consider recruiting her. I forgot to look at... Oh, I won't be able to now. Okay, Fleming, you're going to have to handle this on your own. Maybe run to, like... Well, you probably shouldn't go toward Jet. Just stop right there and start shooting. Go on. Why didn't you shoot? Oh, wait, there's more than one of them. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a lot of them. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. Colin, start fighting. Why won't you fire that gun? I am so confused. Well, you're going to have to melee attack now. Not at all what I wanted to do here. You better win that fight. Come on, Colin, you got this. Oh, God. This went very poorly. Jesus Christ, Colin. Well, there's a headshot. You know what? Charge in and fight. Alright, you killed that one. I think you're going to be pretty useless to me with that gun. They're shooting my truck right now. But you don't have any serious damage. Get your knife out and go fight these people. Uh-oh. Gotta watch out for that thing. That is a French machine gun. Nice. Trigger happy psychopath. That's a maybe. Colin, I want you to go melee attack Sammy, and Fleming, I need you to go melee attack Giggles. Oh, there's another one back there too. With a musket. Okay, well, it'll be slow firing at least, and I think they're a little bit distracted by the truck. So we have that going for us as well. Plus, I think we're better melee fighters. Or at least, so far we've been. Wow. Please don't kill Sammy. Come on. Perfect. Thank you. Alright, they're running away. Colin, no immediate danger there. I'm gonna let them flee. I don't see us running them down. Wow. Other than being depressive, you're actually really good too. Amazing characters here. Right. We have to get some doors down. So how do I want to do this? I'm going to ignore them. As much as I would like to... Yeah, you're not going to catch them. So as much as I'd like to do that, what we need to do is I need you to come down here and cut this stuff down so that we have some wood. Meanwhile, Colin, I need you to come rescue Alessia again. Undraft you. Go rescue her. We'll get her patched up, and then we're going to hopefully have wood to build some doors, and then we can turn... Well, actually, I think we only need one. Yeah, we'll turn this into a little prisoner holding area. And that means we'll only need one door. But we'll need at least 25 wood to make that happen. So get her over there. We're going to need to get the medicine from the truck as well. So hopefully you get her over there quickly. So I have the door finally placed. Fleming is off to go capture both of the prisoners right now. I had him go for Sammy first because Sammy is more likely to recover from her wounds and potentially get up and walk away. So I felt like that was probably the better move. Colin is treating Alessia right now. We have visitors. I don't have anywhere for them to stay, so I'm gonna click the wrong thing and invite some people over that are gonna be really pissed with us. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm also going to unforbid these meals and these guns. We'll have to set up somewhere for them to be hauled. Did the truck take any damage? Yes? Possibly? Movement offline, but that might just be because it got nobody inside. Yeah, there's no damage, so it should be fine. Scared me a little bit there, but yeah, we're okay. And then I'm gonna unforbid and strip that character because I really need a stockpile right there. That's not why I'm gonna do it, but I need this there for that reason. And we're going to bring those clothes in here, and then hopefully Alessia can wear them, because right now she's nude. And she's very cold. I hope you didn't use all the medicine, but I'm willing to bet you probably did. Or you're going to. We'll see. Might have been better off saving it, but too late now. But neither of our guys, I think, are in any significant danger. Yeah, you just have cracks and bruises. You are the same. So really the only issue here is going to be if they get an infection. There's very little we can do about it, because she's bleeding, or she was bleeding pretty badly. This guy is bleeding as well, or this girl, who is also an okay character. Come on, Fleming. Why are you moving so slow? Those bruises can't be slowing you down that much. Also, swap your weapons back. I need to figure out what's going on with this. This gun is useless right now. It will not fire, so I'm going to have to figure out a solution to that. Because it's not the same MP18 that he was using before. That one was part of a different mod that I don't believe is working any longer. You know what? We're going to have to... Here's what we're going to do. Orders, furniture, sleeping spots. I don't know how many of them there are. We'll just lay down a bunch of these. And all of those are going to be guest beds. So at least they'll sleep indoors and not on the ground outside. Also, it looks like we can trade with them. Who is the best for that job? Grace is pretty good. Cooper is also good. Oh, Dan. Okay. Dan, I need you to go trade with Hiroshi. See what they've got for us. Okay. Alessia is all patched up. You are going to go feed her. That's very nice of you. And we don't really need to treat Sammy in a hurry. She'll be fine. Oh, here we go. They have components, but they're really overpriced. I don't have... I do have a bit of silver, okay. I could sell them a ton of cloth, but it's not worth very much to them. Let's sell them some weapons. How about that? Because I do not need all of these. So... I don't want any of the German weapons. I'm not going to use any of the modern ones either. And then I don't want the Russian weapons. Dead man's clothes can go as well. You know what? No. That stuff is probably better off being disassembled, because if they're only going to give me like 20 cents for it, what's the point? So yeah, we'll disassemble all this stuff unless it's fairly valuable clothing, which it doesn't look like any of it is. Actually, that Hyperweave t-shirt is, but I think I'd rather have the Hyperweave. Synth thread, yeah, I think we need those for various other crafting projects, so those are probably worth hanging on to. Long coats are fairly valuable. I don't know. I'm going to hang on to the clothing for now. I'll just sell them weapons. Winchester 1873. This is a lever action rifle, I think, right? That might be worth keeping. I don't want any muskets. Too slow. Henry rifle should be lever action. I'm pretty sure this is lever action as well. That's another Henry rifle. Let's get rid of some of these revolvers. I should have a bunch of these. Oh, I do. Okay. I'm going to keep this one and that one. I'm going to keep those two revolvers because I think those are actually decent. Actually, I think the single action's decent as well. But all the generic revolvers are going to go. Oh, I have a good quality single action. Okay, I'll get rid of the normal one and keep the good quality one. And then the Sharps 1863. What's the fire rate? Falling block. I think this is like a rifled musket. It's not very accurate either. I'm just going to get rid of it. So I'll keep those 3 revolvers. I'll keep the 1873, both Henry rifles. Actually, I'll get rid of this Henry rifle. So I'll keep the 2 Winchesters and 1 of the Henry rifles, and I'll sell the rest of the weapons. And bandanas I don't like, so I'll get rid of them now. Probably don't need that either. Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh, but they don't have any silver. Okay. Then I'll take your components, even though they're not really worth it. Package survival meals. And your medicine. And I'm still over. You can sell me snake oil. Yeah. That's exactly what I would expect from snake oil. So what else can I buy from you then? Because this isn't going to work right now. I guess I'm going to have to hold on to some of this stuff I was thinking of trading. I'll start with that Henry rifle, I suppose. Which one was it? Okay, and then one other slightly less valuable item. Maybe that other Colt single action. Yeah, that works for me. And then let's just get rid of 1 or 2 pieces of clothing that get us closer to their capacity, just so I can get as much out of them as possible. I think that's gonna more or less do it. Yeah, we'll just do that. Perfect. So we got a little bit of medicine and components out of that. We paid a lot more for them than they were worth. And of course you guys just left them on the ground. I'll need to be very careful with these. Myrta, sorry, but since you're closest, I need you to... There's nowhere to... Really? Not even here? Pemmican, hay, chocolate. Okay, packaged survival meals can go there. Myrta. Again, I apologize, but you were the closest. Haul that. Haul this. And I need to make sure that those meals get forbidden. God, you're moving slow, man. Okay, so we got the meals over here, and they're forbidden now. I think she's carrying the medicine off over there, but she brought the silver and the components too, which was nice. How are we doing over here? You're gonna go rest. Colin, you're already resting. Lesia is healing. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. What about you guys? Oh, we didn't treat you yet. Colin, I kind of need you to come do that. Whoops. And then you can get treated too, but that's not a huge priority because it's just bruises. So Colin, do that, and then tend to Sammy. And we do have to feed them. There are some more meals lying around still. There is pemmican too, but we can't hang around for too much longer. What do you... Oh, blood loss, yeah. Yeah, please staunch that bleeding if you can. And let's see... Myrta, did you get your... You don't have a shovel yet. Okay. I might give you Petit's, actually, because Petit doesn't need that. And you are technically an officer. So, yeah, I think she's probably more deserving of a plasteel shovel than he is. Although maybe we'll give her, like, a knife or something eventually. But for now, it's fine. Okay, Colin, did you stop the bleeding? Not yet. We'll have to watch infections. There's not a lot we can do about them since he used up all the medicine, though. Huh. I don't see any heal route either. Well, if anybody gets infected, we'll just try to double time it back to base. We're not that far. But I did want to try to harvest these components. So we'll see how that goes. Alright guys, so this trench club is done. It still won't show me the stats, so let's see. If you pick it up, can I see him now? I'm wondering if it can even be used. It's not showing me any... Here, come hit this wall with it. Yeah, I mean, he's attacking. It just won't show me any stats. I don't understand. Well, stop doing that. And then you'll have to repair it. I don't know if that's even working or if he's basically... I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Not going to worry about it. Back over here, I've managed to get this completely doored off. It's been roofed for a while, so at least we're not being snowed on. But We've got doors, and I used the rest of our wood to make a campfire just to warm it up because she was freezing, nearly frozen to death. And so this should help her resist that. Still treating people. Fleming's finally treating himself. So let's see. It's taking forever. Are you at least leveling up from this? You are. Okay. Silver linings, right? And oh wow, you guys made good progress over here. Let's go ahead and make sure all these chunks are being hauled. Is anybody cutting stone? Nobody's been cutting stone. It's a little concerning. Why are we not cutting stone? I don't know why we're not cutting stone. The prisoners are able to work on that. They have access to it. There is stone available. Granted, this is slate, but it does fall under the make any stone blocks. So, at the very least, we should be cutting those. I don't know why that's not happening, but we're running into issues now because we're not getting enough granite to continue building. Hospital bed research is finished. That'll be handy once we have enough medicine to actually make use of that. We have 6 components. Do I want to build anything else that requires those? There's a lot of... Oh, that's not a great time for a raid. Okay, well, they are tribal. That's a pretty sweet gun you got there. Decorated repeating rifle. Cool. A lot of melee weapons and a few bows and arrows. A lot of bows and arrows, actually. And a pretty sweet headdress. Okay, well, at least it's a tribal group. So we will have a pretty distinct ranged advantage against them. I mean, maybe not necessarily actual range. The bows and arrows might shoot farther, but obviously in terms of firepower, we can probably beat them. I really wish you guys were with us, though. Okay, you're going to feed them. That's good, because they're probably starving. Okay, so it appears that they're going to come straight at us. I am going to pause here, and I think we're going to have to resolve this in the next episode, because I am at about 55 minutes right now. So I'm going to have to try to trim this down into a, watchable episode. But I think of all the raids we could get hit by, this is probably the ideal type of raid. So, yeah. We'll have to get everybody ready to fight, because clearly they're not going to wait for us to get set up. Would have been nice to have some trenches ready to go, but we don't, so we'll just have to make do. We'll set up in our usual spot here, spread everybody out in these rocks, and kind of go from there, but we'll just have to see how that works out. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.